Good evening, mathematicians. Uh, so I already did like a live stream for an hour this morning, and I thought it was a good one. I thought it was a really good one. And tragically, I accidentally deleted the live stream. So, um, now does that really matter? I mean, I have skipped days before. Um, So who cares? But I feel like, well, close, Boris. I said good evening. Um, but part of me was just like, you know what? I need to put out just a short little live stream. I can't have my list. Hello, Kostaka Corey. I can't have my list of streams sort of with this one bump. And of course, there's many gaps. There's many days where I've disappeared mysteriously from streaming. But I decided today I will not let today get away from me. I will not let today get away from me. So we're back. Uh, we're back for like 20 minutes. For like 20 minutes. It's already late. I should like stop looking at the computer and go to bed. Um. Oh hey, hey Jose. Um. But here we are. Maybe since Jose is here, we can talk about Sheaves. Jose, I think actually you're right about what you said. I think maybe you might be right about what you said about the stabilizer for the equivariant for the equivariant sheaves. Somehow it should be coming from the stabilizer. And I was trying to think. Um, Achar's proof is kind of it's weird because he passes through the category of like equivariant perverse sheaves. I mean, it's hard luck to redo the live stream to recapture the magic that was this morning. It's a truly a tragedy that it was lost to the sands of time. But um, so one thing I was thinking is I was sort of thinking, what if we just mimic the case like just for local systems, right? So like, what do we do for the equivalence between um, rep pi 1 and local systems? Well, going what is it? How do we go? Right? How do we define? And I was thinking. So what if we from going mimic that strategy from going from representations of this group to the G equivariant local systems? Um, like we take a representation and we do what? Uh, we form this sheaf, which is, locally, it's like functions from V into U such that blah, blah, blah. Um, you actually click the YouTube notification of the stream from the morning hours later. Yeah. Sorry about that. I'm also I'm also sad it was deleted. I what happened was sometimes OBS doesn't like when I go to press it, it says, "Oh, there's some issue," and um, I just keep pressing the button and the issue just fixes itself. But then sometimes what that does is it uploads like versions of the stream that's like, oh, stream is about to start. So then I went through to go delete those on my channel. I guess I wasn't just paying attention, and um, I deleted the actual stream. So oopsie, oopsie doopsie. Anyways, Jose, I don't know if any of this is making sense to you, right? Like somehow, but somehow we need to build like how do we build the group action into this as well? Um, This should be good prep for the 8 hour stream. Yeah, beginning and end of it. Well, I plan to, yeah, I plan to be done. I mean, it's an 8 hour stream, so, I plan to be done at 4 p.m., around 4 p.m. Uh, why am I doing that to myself? I don't know. But, um, yeah, I don't know. Is there some other way some other way to do this? Like, what is the sheaf? What is the sheaf condition? Where's that section in a char? Uh, local systems. Why so late? Because I accidentally deleted this morning's. So I'm doing a little short live stream now. Well, it is kind of the live stream is partly the live stream is partly a celebration of 10,000 subs. That is part of the purpose. Uh, it's true. Did I miss it already? Oh yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Where's the? No, I did miss it already. Where's the inverse equivalence? I mean, maybe it's just too painstaking to try and cook up my own naive version. Yeah, right. So what do? We look at. We form a local system, and I mean it's built out of right. So somehow, because it's like you built it out. We built it out of these paths, and then we have the fundamental group. Um, we have like the fundamental group act on these paths, right? Um, right. So I don't know. It's tricky. It's definitely tricky. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be trying to reinvent Equivariant Sheaves on stream. But then the question becomes, oh, we could try and do things directly by definition. uh, Still, somehow that can't be right. uh, we're doing Equivariant Sheaves. We're doing Equivariant Sheaves. So we've got a group acting on a variety. And actually, we're doing equivariant local systems. And anyways, the idea. So Achar explains this in his book. Thanks, Happy Ape. Thanks. It's definitely been a long, slow journey to get here. Um, but now, to be honest, I wasn't trying too hard before. Maybe this year I started trying hard more, but now that I'm past 10K, now I'm like, maybe I should start trying hard. Maybe good things will come out of it. Or maybe it was my aloof approach that got me here in the first place. Who can say? Well, okay, you can just go look at a chart to see what it should be. So or he explains why the sort of naive things don't work. So what's the definition of interview with growth and Deke for 20K? That you know could happen. Who knows? Who knows? Um, so what we've got maps, right? We have GHX to hx. You know, this is just pi to 3. We've got the map B, which sends GHX over to GH dot X. And we've got the multiplication map that sends GHX over to G times HX. And now, what is an equivariant sheaf? So the category of G equivariant sheaves on X is given by pairs F eta, where F is just an honest to God sheaf on X. Oh, and then sorry, I need a couple more maps also from G cross X. There's the group action map, and then there's the projection to X map. And a G equivariant sheaf is a sheaf on the underlying space, but then also you can pull that sheaf back to G times X in two different ways. So you can either pull it back along the projection map, or you can pull it back along the group action map. And eta is supposed to be an isomorphism between two of these things, satisfying. Let's see if I write the arrows in the right direction. Satisfying the condition that B star eta composed with pi 2 3 star eta. Okay. I'm gonna write equal sign with quotation marks because, strictly speaking, if you look at these maps, they simply don't line up, so it doesn't make sense. But okay, if you compose with like 4 different canonical isomorphisms, then equal after you compose with the correct canonical isomorphisms. Sorry, Jose, I know you dropped your comment a while ago, but I was yapping. We definitely could try to understand that for the square root sheaf or something, and then add equivariance. Yeah, but the problem is that yeah. The problem is like somehow with the square root sheaf though, like we need a disconnected example, right? Because somehow because with the square root sheaf it just factors through the fundamental group. And so somehow it's too easy. I don't know. Or maybe not. Maybe you're right. Right, maybe you're right. There is some way we need to look at the... Because it's still somehow we should be incorporating a group action. Yeah. So that's right, but that's the thing, is because somehow that group action, because it does factor through the fundamental group. Where is it? Where I always forget where the I always forget where the proof of that statement is. Is it in the equivariant derived categories section? So somehow it's like the reason we can use does it give you open access to all Springer stuff? Yeah, as soon as you read and understand everything in the chapter, you have full access to Springer. Damn it, where's the statement I'm looking for? Are representations like group actions? Not only are they like group actions, they literally are group actions. It's simply a group action on a it's simply a group action on a vector space in which each element of the group acts as a linear transformation. That's all it is. That's all it is. Yeah, so maybe it was in here. Yeah. This is why I don't stream at night, because I don't talk as much because I'm slow. Can you imagine what it's gonna be like when I hit hour 4 on Saturday? It's gonna be real slow. Yeah, a night stream only because quotient and induction spaces. Um, no, this is important, but this isn't what we want. Right. Here's the statement we want. Yeah. Here's the statement that we're trying to use. And where is it? Right, it's this remark. Yeah. So it's in this remark. If G is connected, we get this factoring through the fundamental group. But yeah, is there some way that you can upgrade this if G isn't connected? Like, have I seen them before? Are you asking me? Oh, you're asking Locke if he's seen them before. Well, there's some real crazy diagrams in this book. Let me tell you. Let me show you some real crazy diagrams. But yeah, no, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I wonder maybe actually Bernstein Luntz. Maybe they have something maybe if they have something worth looking at about all of this. Yeah, let's go to the chapter on perverse sheaves. I think it's in here. There's some real crazy diagrams that will make your head spin. Um, where are they? Let's just flip around till we see some. I don't remember what chapter they're all in. No, maybe it's not in this chapter. Jose, do you know? Maybe you have the hard copy nearby in the office. Like this one. That's not even that bad compared to some of the diagrams you see in this book. Oh yeah, here we go. This is the kind of stuff I was looking for. Look at that. Look at that beauty. Look at this. Look at this big beautiful diagram. Look at this big beautiful diagram. And weep. Weep. Bow before your God. This diagram. Maybe I should get this printed on a t-shirt. Is that copyright? I guess not. You can't copyright a commutative diagram. Look, it is holy though. There's these crosses here. Some people call them daggers, but we all know they're a cross. The bitch arrow, BCH. It's like building plans. How many equations to check? Well, a lot of arrows to check. Actually, I was watching these. Lectures from Gates, Gorey, and Rosenblum and Raskin from like 11 years ago. And BBD, by the way, so BBD for Big Beautiful Diagram, but also for BBD, speaking of, this is a book about perverse sheaves. Do I not have BBD in here? For Bailenson, Bernstein, Deline? No. Anyways, there's some like seminal work on perverse sheaves. And the main book is BBD. I don't know. There are more big, beautiful diagrams somewhere. I don't know. But what am I trying to look at? Bernstein Luntz. Do I have Bernstein Luntz? I think I only ever had the book as a deja vu file. And I don't think I have that on my computer. Bernstein. Maybe if I try Luntz. Yeah, equivariant sheaves and functors. Yeah, but it's a Deja vu file. Whoa. Okay. I guess maybe I could just re-down. Whoa, what's going on? Let go, let go. Computer, let go of the file. Beep, 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 beep. Computer, let go of the file. Beep, 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 beep. Bad computer, let go of the file. It's not letting go of the file. What the hell? Um, um, it is an actual commutative diagram. When will we encounter 4D diagrams? I mean, technically, good morning, Seek. Technically, some of these diagrams already are four-dimensional. Well, how do you count dimension of a diagram? How do you count dimension of a diagram? Like, I mean, if you write the graph of a hypercube, if you write down the graph of a hypercube, then I'm sure you could find if you consider that. If you consider that, see, my brain doesn't work this time of day. How do I download? I don't know. Do I trust these random websites on Google? What was I just talking about? Oh, this is the official website. So I don't even remember what I was just talking about now. Equivariant Sheaves, right? Diagrams. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Are you guys really here for continuity and coherence? You shouldn't be. Am I downloading a virus? What did you miss? Napsnankerf? Not much. Not much. You missed this morning's stream, probably. Which I deleted. I'll never get it back. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Cyclotomic Heck algebras. Okay. Is this thing almost done downloading? I mean, 22 minutes. I'm already 2 minutes beyond what I said I was going to do. A short stream. Anyways. Can't the dimension of the diagram be the dimension of the underlying graph to the diagram? Well, what do you mean by dimension of a graph? Deleted by accident, yes, Professor John Smith. What do you mean by the dimension of a graph? You mean like, yeah, I don't know if there's a good notion of dimension for a graph. I don't think there is really. If you go based on like what the graph of like a cube and hypercube looks like, then you could say it's like the degree. It's like the largest degree of any vertex. But extract all, baby. Pull it all out. Pull it out. Like my wisdom teeth, which have not yet been pulled out. I should probably do that. Boom. Now we can read. Deja vu documents. I assume everyone calls these files deja vu files. I mean, DJVU, what else would you call them? Okay, let's try and re-look up. Let's see if we can click on this file now that I have a deja vu reader. Boom. What? Choose an app on my P. I choose deja vu. How do I choose that? I go to this PC and I search. Where did I even keep this file? Actually, no. I guess this is in my downloads, right? Downloads, deja vu reader. Boom. That's the application I want. Yes, always. Boom. This is what success looks like. This is what victory looks like. Nice. Yeah, go to the source. Go to the OGs. What's this thing? Get out of my face. Yeah. The only thing I don't like about this, oh, maybe it's working fine. Uh, I feel the scroll options aren't as nice as on PDF. There's a Wikipedia page of the dimension of a graph. Oh, haven't you read this document before? I don't know. Maybe you have. Maybe you haven't. Dimension of a graph. Dimension of a graph. Can you study group actions on other algebraic structures by vector spaces? Because, yes. So, yes, you can. You can study group actions on anything you want. Doesn't even have to be an algebraic structure. But there's the only thing, the one thing we truly understand in math is linear algebra. So, the dimension is the least integer such that there exists a classical representation of the graph in Euclidean space of dimension n with all edges having unit length. Okay. Yeah. That's fine, I guess. I don't like this. I don't like this notion of dimension though. This seems stupid to me. Uh uh yeah, it's not amazing. Like really? Do you like because for example, then yeah, the cube, well, maybe the cube really is three-dimensional. Um hmm okay, K3 seems to be three-dimensional. Okay. Maybe this isn't so. The dimension of Kn being n minus one, that makes sense to me. Um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's not as stupid as I thought, but it's not. It's not what I like to think of as dimension of a graph. Like for me, based on vibes alone, the dimension of a graph should have something more to do with the degree, somehow. But this is just me thinking about how the n cube should be thought of as n dimensional and it's n regular. Uh, yeah, that's just me. Okay, let's see. Well, now that we've downloaded the book, time to give up. Equivariant perverse sheaves. What? I didn't realize they talk about equivariant perverse sheaves in this book. Interesting. Um, hmm. Okay. Uh, yeah, equivariant derived categories. Review of sheaves and functors. Yeah, they just jump right into equivariant derived categories, hey? So I don't know if I'll get the answer I'm looking for there. Oh well, at least I have this viewer now. But that's why degree and dimension are different words. Yeah, true. True. Still, somehow I don't like. This is just a weird personal hang up of mine. For some reason, I don't like this notion of dimension. Um, I just don't. I don't know what to tell you. It feels weird to you that dimension should depend on a metric. Wait, it does? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? There is also a notion. Isn't there also a notion of metric dimension? Is that what you're talking about? That's a different notion. Metric dimension of a graph. Oh, said unit length. Yeah, but does it really depend on a metric? Because, you could scale. Like, it doesn't really matter because you could scale any of those to be any thing. Yeah, maybe it doesn't really matter. I guess you're still technically using the Euclidean metric, but you remember when you were a fledgling mathematician such as myself. Oh, really? Good morning, Ken. Or good evening, I could say. Yeah, see, there's also the metric dimension. Uh, but anyways, Hausdorff dimension? Yeah, that I don't think there's a Hausdorff dimension for graphs. I could be wrong, but I don't think there's a Hausdorff dimension for graphs. Anywho, one can view a graph as a metric space. Yes, of course. And talk about the doubling dimension? I don't know what that is. And I'm not going to learn today. Because I'm going to go. I'm tired. I should stop looking at the computer. You seem a little tired this morning. Yeah. True. Okay. Well, with that being said, QED.